Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is your brother coming right back at you to to explain some of the things, some of the going on this planet. Because believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, we are living in very interesting time. And this last human generation, and it's going to get more interesting, ladies and gentlemen, comes the year 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, before I begin, if you are not ready for the truth, then I suggest you keep on going. Do not watch this video. Because what I'm about to reveal to you and what I'm about to prove to you beyond any shadow of a doubt as to who is really in charge upon this planet, upon this matrix that we're living in, this satanic matrix, is the devil. Now, whether you want to believe whether the devil is a figure out of our imagination, whether you think that it is fairy tales, it's up to you. Then you will be in denial. Now, first things first, let's get this crap out of the way. I do not subscribe to no religion. Okay? I do not represent any religion whatsoever. In fact, you know what I think, and I'm going to explain it to you, that religion has been the greatest trick that the devil has played on the human mind. To keep a prisoner, making them believe, part of the deceit, part of the part of the deception, making people believe that they are actually worshiping the true creator of all things, the Almighty God, whose name is I am that I am. All right, so here we go. First of all, let us understand that God's language is symbols, numbers, and signs. That's how he communicates to humans. In fact, in Matthew 24, Christ told us about to be on the lookout, and so in Mark 2 again, to look out for the signs up in the heavens, to watch the signs upon earth, distressing times, and they are coming really fast upon this planet. Now, you understand this. Now, I'm going to prove to you again who is the Antichrist on this earth. Remember what Daniel chapter 12 says, that in the last days knowledge shall be increased. Well, it is. It has. Knowledge has increased, but so is God's knowledge. And I'm here as God's soldier to tell you, because why? I do not know you. I never seen you, because I love you. Because if there's no love, then you might as well be an empty shell. Love thy brethren as thyself. I live there. But then again, you got to be careful, because there will be people that would exploit and take advantage of your love. So you have to be extremely careful, because then you'll be feeding on people's selfishness. But anyway, with that aside, let's keep on going. The Roman Catholic Church is the first beast in the Bible. Okay? That I have explained to you many, many times. And now that you are ready, and some of you probably knew this already, which I'm glad, but it's not knowing. It's living what you know. That's like you finding a treasure and you burying the treasure under the ground and never use it. So you found it. Why you found it? To lose it again? So this knowledge is a living. You have to live your life according to this knowledge. You have to live the 10 commandments that are right behind me. This is a way of life. Okay? All right, now, all of Roman Catholic popes throughout their history have been known as what? They have one title, ladies and gentlemen. They are called the Vicar of Christ. All of them. They all have, including the evil Jesuit that you Catholics have it, the Vatican right now. Okay. Now, let us break down this title before I move on to other things, because otherwise this video would take too long, because there's so many things that you need to cover here. But let's get to it. Now remember, each letter of the Roman alphabet has its value. We all know that, right? Now, but before I do that, I need to read to you Revelation chapter 13, verse 18, because otherwise then you will not understand what the heck I'm talking about here. Revelation chapter 13, verse 18. His wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666, which means 666, 666. Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's get one thing straight. No one that I have come across on YouTube is going to give it to you, is going to give you this knowledge the way I'm giving it to you. Okay? No one had talked about and give it to you raw like this. I mean, you have some newscaster that give you the news. You have some political commentator, they tell you about political events. You have some religions. What do? The same thing as politicians do. They exploit people's emotions and blah, blah, blah. I mean, look at the video and the movie about the lie about the rapture. Ladies and gentlemen, so sad. Now, before we go on to break down the Vicar of Christ in Latin, which is the language that was spoken in the Roman Empire. First, let me tell you that I don't come here to YouTube for popularity. I don't come here to YouTube to listen, look at me, subscribe to my channel. I don't even ask you to subscribe to my channel. That is up to you, and I would really appreciate it if you do. But if you don't, hey, I'm not going to push it. Because this knowledge is only reserved for the few, for the ones that are willing not to listen to me. Who am I? I'm freaking nobody. I've probably done much evil things that you have done in your life. Have you been in jail? I have. Have you sold drugs? I have. I did that as I was growing up in New York. Okay? I also I also was a door-to-door salesman. I also was a United States Marines. I took my training in Parris Island, South Carolina. So I've been around. I have lived in multiple states. All right, so enough about me. The vicar of God, or the vicar of Christ. So keeping in mind what I just read to you about his wisdom, let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. You see, it's not telling you, it is the number of a man. And it is, let's break it down. Vicarious Filii Dei. Now, if we break down let us break down the numerical value, okay? I mean, we took this thing in schools, so we should know this. The numerical value, the Romans numerical value. First, let's start with the V. V as in Victor. It is what? V as in Victor is what? V as in Victor, the value is number 5. The letter I equals to 1. So that is 6 so far. Then C, which is Vic, okay, C equals to 100. The letter A has 0 value in the Roman alphabet. The letter R has 0 value. The I, once again, is 1. V, or let me just get you something real clear to you. The V and the U in the Roman Empire had the same value because they are actually, in their essence, the same. Okay? So vicarious is letter V, which is 5. Letter S is O. So if you count V5, VI 1, C 100, I 1, V5, you got 112. Do the math for me, okay? Let us do the math together, all right? So that you don't think that I'm making this thing up. In fact, I may send you a link on this so you see what I'm talking about. Now let's go to the next letter, which is Filii. So Vicario Filii Dei. So let's break down Filii. Filii. So here we go. F is 0. I, as you know, is 1. L equals 50. I equals 1. I equals 1. What? Which gives us 53. Now, if we add 112 and 53, obviously it's going to give us 165, right? Good. So far, so good. Now, let's go to the last one, which is Dei. D-E-I. The letter D, its Roman numerical value is 500. The letter E has no value in the Roman alphabet. I is 1. What do we get there? 501. Now, if we add 501 to 165, is going to give us 666. Do you think it's a coincidence, ladies and gentlemen? It's no coincidence. Okay? There are no coincidences in life. The Bible is very clear on this. The Bible doesn't make mistakes. We do. Okay? Now, this is not my interpretation of it. The Bible is telling you that it is the number of a man. Okay? And then count the number of the beast. The beast is the Roman Catholic Church, as I have proven to you in the past. The United States is the second beast, which talks about on the same chapter that I am, started on verse 11. Ladies and gentlemen, humanity has always worshipped the beast. Now you may say, well, Ruben, what about before the Roman Catholic Church, which came into existence in the year 325 under the Emperor Constantine and the Council of Nicaea? Okay, legitimate question. Remember, humanity has been plagued by the fallen angels, by the demons. It so happens that the first beast was created, which I call the devil's bride. Okay? Because if you look, for instance, let me give you an example. If you look at the Egyptian dynasty, if you want to call it the Egyptian Empire, it's up to you. But if you go back to the Egyptian dynasty, if you take a look at the most powerful god that they used to worship, which is very simple, Ra, R and A. Do you know what that means? R-A, okay? In their language, it means sun. So humanity has always worshipped the sun. What does the first beast do? And she doesn't deny it. At least she's honest about that. That's why they always worship when? On Sunday. And that's exactly what Ra means. Sunday. I mean, it means like you worship the sun on a certain day. So Sunday, which is today, a lot of Roman Catholic Church, like they go to their churches worldwide. Okay? All right. So do you get what I'm trying to get at? We identifying the Antichrist in front of me. And hey, I'm going to show you more proof. It doesn't end there. By the way, the first beast is the Roman Catholic Church, and all religion after Christendom came out of her. Okay? Let's go. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, there used to be a highway where there were a lot of accidents in the United States between Gallup, New Mexico, and Monticello, Utah. It used to be known as Highway 666. There used to be a lot. In fact, A lot of people thought that that was a cursed highway because of all the accidents. Of course. You put a name to it that is attached to the devil, ladies and gentlemen, of course you're going to get that. That's the result. In fact, look at throughout human history, this whole world has been tainted and baptized in blood. And he's not done yet. The worst is yet to come. But let's keep going. So in Gallup, New Mexico, and Monticello, Utah, there was a highway 666. The United States changed its name in 2003 to Highway 491. You know why? You want to hear how ridiculous people can be when they are possessed by the devil? Because that's what the devil is, and that's what this world is. And always will be, and will be before it comes crashing down, before Christ come with his might and all his angels to destroy evil of the face of this earth. But anyway, let's keep going. So, back in 2003, it was renamed Highway 491. Why? Because people used to go down there and steal. They used to steal souvenirs, and they used to take pictures with her. For instance, the number 666, Highway 666, they used to steal it. Most likely Satanists. They thought it was cool. Ladies and gentlemen, by the way, in fact, again, throughout human history, all of human civilizations, empires, kingdoms, governments, they have always worshipped the devil. There's no and if and but about it. You have to get with the system. You have to get with the program. That's why you got to understand that world leaders have never cared about you. That's why my challenge still stands. If anybody can make a video showing me a leader that actually gave a crap about the people and really care about people well-being, then I will send you a check, a personal check, $500. I would just send it via Western Union, and I'm telling you, the Bible is something you don't play with, and I promise you that before this Bible, ladies and gentlemen, if you can make me a video and you send it to me by replying to this video about a world leader in human history, or any empire or any government that has actually cared so much about each people that it has actually done something. Because the reality is that without looking for God, you cannot have any what? You cannot have you're not going to look for people's benefits. You're not looking for their well-being. You're looking to destroy them. You are looking to control them. If you don't believe me, just look at the mandates that we have coming from this not just from the senile old man that we have at the White House, okay? And now with Jesuits, silly rabbit Jesuits like Dr. Fauci pushing this thing, ladies and gentlemen, pushing this agenda, ladies and gentlemen, and agreeing with the mandate, then it's not just him, this is worldwide. Just look at what is happening in Australia. I mean, this world is ridiculous. This is a very interesting time that we live in. It's the most stupidest human generation and the most ridiculous one that I have ever that has ever existed on this planet. Okay? And I'm going to prove it to you. Here we go. So what we have is a very worldwide psychological conditioning that have worked to perfection because people has given in. See, people don't understand things. They don't understand how they are being influenced by and how they are being bewitched and put under a spell by the evil energy going around, flowing through the air. And I'm not talking about the chemtrail. That will be another subject for another day. I talked about it already, but anyway, let's keep going. Let me ask you this. If no diseases existed, if there was no disease upon this planet, what will happen to the doctors and the medics? You understand? They will not exist. So it is in their best interest that pandemics and diseases always exist so that they can have a job. The world be damned as long as they're getting money. If there was no support for the criminals, if the criminals and the support and the government support didn't exist, would there be any judicial system or any prisoners or any prison being built? Of course not. It is in their best interest. If there would have been the big industrial pharmaceutical complex, would we have a drug problem? Of course not. The world's biggest narcotics or drug traffickers with a license are the pharmaceutical industry, the industry. See, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you a secret. The best way for you to destroy and to control a society is to legalize humans' negative human impulses. I hate to repeat myself, okay? Is to legalize, okay? Human, because they are going to be self-destructing anyway. So you people that are doing negative things, that are living the crazy life, they're making the devil's job easy anyway. And the government who are overseeing this, what do? They support them. Let me give you some example. Legalization of abortion, which is clearly a crime, the most cowardice crime there is. Because you are killing a human being that cannot defend itself. It is an assault on life itself. Don't do unto others that what you wouldn't like be done unto you. So said the Bible. See, but since we live in a topsy-turvy world, an upside-down world, even our perception is totally upside down. That's why things are the way they are. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. The second is legalizing drugs. I just told you. Legalize drugs marijuana. They even talking about legalizing cocaine very soon. And let me just tell you, tell you what happened. Right when COVID was really at its peak, what did New York did? New York passed a law legalizing recreation of marijuana. You think it's coincidence, ladies and gentlemen? No. Because if you have a society that's high, that's under drug influence, it becomes easy to control. They're destroying themselves anyway. They're roaches. They're cattle killing each other. They like ships to their self-slaughterhouse. Their self-made slaughterhouse. You legalize homosexuality, transgender marriages, you name it. So you see, we have transformed humanity, okay, in their perception of reality. Humanity has been living under in an illusion, under a lie, and has been controlled by it since the time that we follow the first lie and its author, the author and the creator of the first lie upon this earth, which is the devil. Number 3, we legalize and we even support criminal behavior. Let me give you an example because I prove everything. You go to a lot of Walgreens pharmacy in San Francisco, California, have closed down. You know why? Because people can, and you can see it on YouTube. People can walk into a Walgreens and they can steal anything they want, unless there's a threshold. If you don't pass that threshold, it's okay. You can steal. So you see, again, this where the government, the politicians, which are, again, I just told you what they are. They worship the beast. They are facilitating people to break what? The 10 Commandments. Because with the 10 Commandments, you break one, you break all of them. Thou shalt not steal. What is the government telling people? Hey, you can steal, but do not steal to a certain amount, because if you pass that amount, then we will put you in jail. But if you go, if you keep yourself between the line, you just be charged with a misdemeanor, no problem. Which is like a slap on the wrist. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a freaking, and by the way, that is also in many different states. Okay? In Chicago, Minnesota, New York, you name it. Here we go. And then to keep people busy, you create organization as a distraction. Okay? For instance, you create organization called Black Lives Matter. Okay? Which is the pimping of the tribe of Judah. Yes. Because remember, this spiritual fight is all about destroying God's people. Antifa, Proud Boys, Proud Boys who are the righties of this mess. See how they do? They divide the masses. That's part of the plan. It has always been part of the plan. You divide the masses, you let them kill each other, you win at the end anyway. Then you also put the people that have been jabbed and the unjabbed people against one another. You pin them against one another. Oh, you haven't been jabbed? Man, get away from me, man. Yo, get away from me, man. Sad. And people have fallen for this, man. Okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, if you thought that the years 2020 and 2021 are are bad, or were and are bad, because 2021 is not over. Get ready for a very satanic year, 2022, in all of its symbolic aspect. The job is and has been a conditioning of the mind to get you ready for the mark of the beast under the Antichrist matrix system, starting in the year 2022. I've been telling you about the game, I've been telling you about the game of religion, which is the greatest trick that the devil has played on the human mind. So now the stage is set for the introduction of the long-awaited one-world religion, set to open in Dubai in 2022. Now you may say, what are you talking about, Ruben? Well, in Dubai, in next year, there's going to be three constructed. In fact, they are being constructed as we speak, as I'm making this video, because they got to be ready for next year. But check this out. There's going to be a mosque. They're going to be next to each other. I mean, really, like, so close. I call it the Satanic Trinity. So here we go. You got a Jewish synagogue. In the middle, you got a church, which is the Roman Catholic Church, which represents Christian. And then next to it, you have a mosque, which is for the Muslim. So now you understand when the Pope signed something with a Shiite leader, but I believe it was 2 or 3 years ago. Okay? It is going to be called the Abrahamic house. You understand? It wouldn't surprise me one bit if they open this up in June, which is month 6. The day 6. In the year, obviously, 2022. What does that give you? 6, 6, 6. Month 6, which is June, day 6. And then 2022, remember 0 has no value. So you go, the 3, 2, you count them all. That's how numerology works. So you got 6, 6, 6. So be on the lookout, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready. Okay, and it wouldn't surprise me to rub it in your face even more, since you have believed the lie that these two-legged demons care about you one bit. They don't. Okay? They don't, ladies and gentlemen. Please, no world leaders, no religious leader has ever cared about you, because they are all part of the same. They are a bird of the same. What they go? How does that saying goes? Birds of a feather will always stick together. Religions and politics, they are the same, and it's ruled by the same demons, by the same devil. Let me give you another example. Communism, socialism, capitalism. Okay? All of these things, ladies and gentlemen, were created by the same devil. Do you know that Stalin, a Russian leader, was a Jewish guy? Do you know that Adolf Hitler was Jewish? Oh, I knew that, Ruben. So then, why are you falling for this game? Why have you chosen to believe lies? I mean, are you conscious? Are you aware of this fact, and yet you are giving in to this system? When they ask you for you to be jabbed, you will comply. By the way, you see what's happening around the world in France, Denmark, Australia, even in Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, you see people protesting this thing, right? Okay. But they saw this coming anyway. See? They knew ahead of time because they're going to, for instance, in Australia, people don't have, they don't have the right to arm themselves. People don't have guns there. Okay? So now you know why the jab is being pushed in the United States much stronger. Okay? In schools and all over to control the masses. Because this society has guns. People have guns. Okay? People have guns all over the freaking place. So they have to be careful. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you another thing, another game that has been played upon your mind that I have told you many, many times, but it seems I need to remind you this. Your vote don't count. That's another psychological game. See, there are many different levels of psychology. You got clinical psychology, you got child psychology, you got commercial psychology, you got social psychology. So they have thrown all kinds of psychology at the masses, and they got them. I remember when I used to sell door to door. It was all based upon a lie. And one of the things that I learned, ladies and gentlemen, while I was knocking on people's door, is that you don't tell them that, hey, I'm here. No. You introduce yourself. You're giving kind of an idea of what you're doing, but before you even get into the nitty-gritty and explaining to you the purpose of your visit, you get into a contact, you try to get to know this person. That's how you distract them. For instance, let me just tell you, I can just go, oh, where you from? Oh, you from Mexico? Oh, nice meeting you. Listen, oh man, I got family down there. My brother's living in Mexico. Oh, by the way, when I go visit him, one of the best things that I like about Mexico is their tacos and their pozole. Oh, it's beautiful, man. Oh, you feel like you're in heaven. See what I'm doing now? That's called personal contact. I'm using our psychology. You get to know this person. You gain their trust. Once you do that, ladies and gentlemen, I kid you not, many, many times over, I cannot even count the times that I was invited into a house. Now, once you're in the house, you know you have a share because you already gained their trust. See what I did? I never told them that I was selling something. I gave them an idea, but I like to get to know you first. See? That's how easy the human mind is to influence, and that's on a human level, ladies and gentlemen. Remember that this is a spiritual battle. Now, imagine a spiritual game that the devil has played on the humans. So that's why the second beast, which is the United States, is the most naive nation upon this planet. And before the new world order, which is being worked on right now, before they press that reset button, the United States has to fall. And it's going to happen gradually. First, New York, definitely something big is coming for New York. New York has to fall, because that's where the United States economy really lies, with the stock options and everything. In Washington, the Federal Reserve just prints the money, which lends to the government. Okay? This United States of America, because your votes don't count, they put a lost man in the White House, a senile, dementia old man in the White House, because they felt like they owe him something, because this man has been around almost 50 years in politics. America is being destroyed and is being betrayed from within. If not, look at what General Milley did, calling China and say, oh, we're going to warn you if we're going to attack. It is literally ridiculous. Okay? Another thing before I close that I'd like to talk to you about is the following. You have I forgot her name, and to be honest, I really don't care to know her name. I mean, that lady is sick. She's a blasphemous. She's a blasphemous creature. She's gone into blasphemy. You're gonna see on a video that I'm gonna tell you, blasphemy, ladies and gentlemen. Again, this lady, she did a double take on this. This woman's talking about religion, talking to you from a Christian whatever place, telling people that unless they are jabbed, you're not smart. You're not the smart ones. And that God wants you to be. God created all these pharmaceutical people, like Pfizer and Moderna. God created the scientists for people to get jabbed. And never mind the fact that they are going to be making countless billions of dollars. All right? Never mind that, but God, yeah, I pray to God. In fact, I have my chain here that with sex that I've been vaccinated. Ladies and gentlemen, please. Do you see the joke, the ridiculousness that has been played? They're rubbing it in your face. You even using blasphemous terms like God. You know why they're using religion? Because the devil owns religions. He was the one that came up with this concept. That's why religions don't pay taxes. And I don't want to hear that the reason they don't pay taxes is because they're charity organization. That's BS. Okay? That's BS on its face. The reality is that they are doing the devil's bid for this coming new world order. So, ladies and gentlemen, humanity needs to wake up. Remember, only a few people will be saved. So I suggest that you get down on your knees, ask God for forgiveness of your sins. Stop going to churches, because remember, they control the churches. That's why they came and tell you, hey, you're not supposed to go to church while pandemic is going on. You understand the game? Now, if religion was truly controlled by God Almighty, you think any human can tell God what to do? No, ladies and gentlemen. That's not even close. It's an insult to even think that. So this lady that took over after Mario Cuomo, the sexual predator, okay, and people chose to believe this man. Again, people are waking up, they're protesting, but they saw it coming. They see you and they're laughing. They know that finally you will give in, because they got things in the works, especially coming next year. And then you got the interview, which is a long interview with Bernard, what is it? Ronald Bernard, which is a man who is witnessed a lot of things. He's not even supposed to talk about some things, but he's giving you an idea as to some of the things that he witnessed. He's not going to reveal the people, because the minute he does, he will be dead. The same people that control Hollywood. This is a man that used to work in the banking industry. He became a millionaire. But he's going to tell you in this interview, okay, it's kind of old, but this is relevant today. But he's going to tell you about children sacrifices. Ladies and gentlemen, do you know that the Roman Catholic Church is into, we all know this, sodomizing kids throughout history, sexually abusing kids throughout history? That's a fact. Do you also know that the Roman Catholic Church, and not just Catholics, but also other religions, do you know that they've been in human trafficking? Do you know that they've been into the Roman Catholic Church have done human sacrifices with children? Do you know that they are in the drug trafficking businesses? Do you know that the Roman Catholic Church is in the armed dealings business as well? You may say, Ruben, okay, you crazy. Well, I'm crazy. Let me just tell you this. Remember, these people are not, they like the boss. They going through a hotel. They go through custom. You think they're going to search them? They got diplomatic immunity. Okay? Worldwide. They got power. I just told you what's coming in Dubai in 2022. One world religion is coming. So get ready. The year 2022 is going to be the devils are being loose, are going to be loose more stronger upon the face of this earth. Okay? By the way, look at the predictive programming that they are telling you as to what is coming for this winter between this year and 2022. When a lot of people are going to start getting flu-like symptoms, and they are going to be dropping like flies. Okay? So I suggest to you, ladies and gentlemen, that you take your zinc, vitamin D, and things like that to help your system. Okay? So, things that are good for you. That's all. Now, I'm not giving you any medical advice because I'm not a doctor. I just preach the gospel. I'm a soldier of God. I'm just telling you things that are good for you. Eat vegetables. Stay away from so much meat. Do not eat shrimp, oysters. Those are the commerce milk. If you look at the Bible, that those food are definitely swine meat. Those meat and milk are an abomination to their Creator. Okay? Another link that I will send you is the significance of the obelisk that you see around the world. So the purpose of this video, ladies and gentlemen, this video and the links that I will send you is so that you can see for yourself. My job is to expose evil. Remember, the obelisk was used in ancient time in Egypt to worship the sun. in the Babylon system, in the Persian Empire, in the Greece Empire, and in the Roman Empire. And you're going to see that these obelisks are all around the earth. Just look at them and see what they represent. They are representing Ra, sun worshiping. Okay? But yet, you have all over the planet. Why? Because to show you the power of Freemasonry around the world. That they got this work on lockdown, straight up and down, period. Whether you like it or not, this is their time. Because remember, they are the devil's disciples. But here's one sad thing, ladies and gentlemen. Humanity does not know who are they messing with. In fact, if we go and see chapter 6 in Revelation, it shows you. Not even the Satanists know who are they messing with. People have called, in fact, there are going to be so many signs on the year 2022 with ship, unidentified. They call them aliens. When in reality, they are fallen angels that have played with the human mind since time immemorial. Let us go to chapter 6. Revelation or Apocalypse chapter 6, verse 15. Look what it says. And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man, hid themselves in the dens, in the rocks of the mountains. It's talking about bunkers. 16, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. 17, for the great day of his wrath is come, and who should be able to stand? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. If your God is so powerful, the devil, why are you running from the face of God? Why are you running from the Lamb, which is Jesus Christ? Whose real name is Yahushua. Why are you running away from him? You see the lie? This whole world has been tricked. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, the European nations, listen to this. If you know, because this is our lifetimes. This is the time. This is the times of our lives. Okay? Listen to me. The European nation, which are the 10 horns that the Bible spoken of, is going to burn this first beast. And you may think, oh, that means they're waking up. No, not really. After they destroyed the Roman Catholic Church once again, just like Bonaparte did in 1798, which is what the wound is talking about here. Okay? Because the beast suffered a wound. It is spoken of on chapter 13 of Revelation. And that wound was healed back in 1929. She lost her power for 131 years. From 1798, for Napoleon Bonaparte to 1929. All right, so that's all I have for you for now. I'm just helping you to connect the dots, the evil dots. So there are no stones unturned, there are no rocks unturned that you don't understand. And by the way, famine is coming very soon upon this earth. Unless you have a strong relationship with your Creator, you will not make it through this, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, before I let you go, you know one of the most ridiculous things. Remember what I said, that when people are possessed by the devil, just like when they are under the influence of drugs or alcohol, remember? Drinking and driving caused thousands of deaths in the United States. So here you go. Remember, ask yourself this question. Why is Mr. Rubin making this video? Because this is the knowledge of eternal salvation. It's coming straight out of the Bible. It's not me. The purpose of these videos are that you prove that through your own research, because this is a matter of life and death. The angels that are in the abyss are being let loose upon this earth in the year 2022. More of them and more human suffering is coming. That's why we have a man who doesn't even know where he's at. You think that's by coincidence in the White House? And yet you are listening to this man. Whatever he says. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, the Satanists are more honest than the government. Because the Satanists tell you to your face they are Satanists. The government is not going to tell you that they worship the beast. You understand? So, with that being said, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, I work for the government, and the government is requiring all over the United States, is requiring that you get that thing, the jab. But you know what? There are exceptions. And those people that work remotely do not get it. So, with that in mind, let me just tell you, I'm one of them. God is great. And even if that was the case, then I would just, again, pray to my God, and He will always provide. See, the devil closes one window, God closes millions upon millions of windows. He shut one door for you, He will open a million doors. But you gotta have faith in Him. So I suggest that you get down on your knees, get closer to God, obey these 10 commandments, then you won't have any problem. And have faith. Because I have come a long way, ladies and gentlemen. I'm barely alive. I've been shot at. Okay? And everything I pray to Him, He gives me. Okay? Anyway, you're going to see the links that I will send you. This is no joke. The stage is set for the arrival, not of the Antichrist, but of the demons that will visit this earth soon. To what? You may say, well, Reuben, what do you mean? People are going to think that they're gods and that they're aliens. That's why the Roman Catholic Church is getting ready. And you worrying about a job, whether that's going to keep you alive or not. We got bigger fishes to fry here. You got demons that are going to materialize themselves and people are going to say, oh, these are the gods. People are going to be confused. Your religious foundation will go out the window. And you may say, well, Ruben, then what is the purpose of their visit? Okay. You want to know the purpose of their visit? Okay. Let me read to you chapter 9, Revelation chapter 9, I believe it is. Let me see. Chapter 9, Revelation chapter 9, verse 5. And to them it was given that they should not kill them. No, wait. 4. Let me start on verse 4. And it was commanded them that they should not hurt the grass of the earth, neither any green thing, neither any tree, but only those men which had not the seal of God in their foreheads. 5. And to them it was given that they should not kill them, but that they should be tormented 5 months. And their torment was as the torment of a scorpion when he striketh a man. 6. And in those days shall men seek death, and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them. 7. And the shapes of the locusts were like unto horses prepared unto battle, and the heads were as it with crowns like gold, and the faces were as the faces of men. 8. And they had hair as the hair of a woman, and their teeth were as the teeth of lions. 9. And they had breastplates, as it were breastplates of iron, and the sound of their wings was as the sound of chariots, of many chariots of many horses running to battle. 10. And they shall have tails like unto scorpions, and there were stings in their tails, and their power was to hurt men 5 months. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what I just described to you, does that remind you of something? Let me give you a hint. Predator versus aliens. You understand? You think it's a joke? You keep on thinking that this is a joke. You keep on thinking that I'm some kind of a conspiracy theorist. And see how well it's going to go for you. This is all for now. May God bless you. And there's more. By the way, I didn't want to make this video today. Why? Because I have a bunch out to share with you tomorrow. But it's not gonna come out until tomorrow anyway. So I'm gonna share that. I'm gonna leave it for tomorrow or maybe Tuesday. All right? Y'all take care. A bunch about, you know what's going on, about the experiment going around this earth. By the way, the most job nations upon this earth, Israel and Singapore, they, as of late, have had the most cases. What a coincidence. May God bless you. Stay awakened.